Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and here I am, Sunaina, with you, Aquarius. Okay, and again, I'm not taking a time frame for any reading because I have been called not to do that, at least for now. Reason being that all of you guys, even though it's a collective general reading, but everybody is on a different timeline, okay? Everybody is on a different timeline, everybody is on a different path of karma. So that is the reason I'm not taking any time frame with regards to your energies in the collective. So take what resonates with you guys and leave the rest of it. Okay. Now over here, the way I'm doing this readings is I'll be channeling your energies, the three most important energies for you. And my spirit will help me pick a card for you with regards to your, first of all, your general overall energy. Okay, and then we'll delve from there into the other part of your story. Now, with your general overall energy, we will get to see what it is that is going on in your life at this point in time, Aquarius, and what kind of energy is taking hold of you. All right. So take what resonates with you guys and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, like I always say, this reading is not for you. Okay. But if it does resonate for you, please take it and get the right advice to work with your energies during this course in time. All right. So we got all the cards out in here. We are going to pick your overall energy, the first three overall energy, three most important overall energy during this part in your life at this point, okay? The first card out is patience and planning. Okay. Universe or the world card. Beautiful. And we'll see the last part of your overall energy here. Material and spiritual prosperity. Beautiful. Okay. Wow, the bottom of the deck is harmony. That's a lover's energy, guys. That is a lover's energy right here. Choose wisely. And then you have judgment in here. Suffering in silence. Okay, so somebody is about to take a call and make a decision with regards to a kindred partnership, friendship, twin flame, soulmate, anything. All right. So with patience and planning, let's pick an energy card from here. Okay, we got strategy. All right. With universe or the world card, let's see here. Anxiety. All right. And with material and spiritual prosperity, guys, let's see here. We got the sun. Beautiful. Okay. Broken heart. The bottom of the deck for you. Journey and the yin and yang. Okay. Financial constraints. A woman holding a heart. Okay. There has been a lot of pain and grief in a situation for you, Aquarius. With regards to money, more so I'm getting. Okay, where you are going to begin a journey an intuitive journey with regards to a cyclical change in your life. Okay, towards a complete fulfillment of yourself, where there is going to be a very deep spiritual epiphany in your case and here, Aquarius. So somebody is moving towards some kind of they have already taken, okay, this is what I'm getting, guys, from these energies out here. Is you, Aquarius, you have already taken a decision, because you see there has been a lot of pain and suffering with regards to this lover's energy here for you. Okay, so you have realized somewhere that whatever has happened in your kindred partnership, in your friendship, soulmate, twin flame, has caused both of you, not just one, has caused both of you guys to go through a lot of pain and suffering in this kind of a situation here. Okay, from where you're about to start a journey, but you're being very wise, you're being very practical, you're taking your time a little bit, also could be a possibility. Because if you see this overall energy, guys, with patience and planning, card number 7, it's talking about the Two of Wands kind of an energy where you are coming to a point of understanding your situation in life, what you need to do, how you need to move forward, because you're lifting one obstruction slowly. You're lifting not just one obstruction, but it's like you're lifting obstructions slowly. You might have just lifted one obstruction in your life, or maybe two obstructions in your life. Okay, but what you need for yourself at this point, Aquarius, is a lot of patience to plan out the situation that you want to now go forward with in your life, right? Now, with this card, you get the card of strategy, so which is talking about making a plan with a lot of patience, whatever that plan could be, right? So, strategy is all about making a plan, looking at the direction you want to go in, okay? Because you might have to do some potential changes in your life that may be needed for you to move forward, okay? So it's a very conscious plan in the mind. So what they are telling you, guys, is with this kind of a strategy, structure the short-term goals needed to make your long-term goals a reality. So focus. So with patience and planning, what they are telling you, and the strategy, they're telling you to take some time for yourself, right? Spend some time setting things in order, whatever things you think is not still in order in your life, and take full control of that situation. And whatever you're planning in your head, Aquarius, add thought to that action, what you're going to do next. What kind of action would you take on that plan that you are now making for your life, okay? And set your sights ahead. So it will require a lot of patience and planning, a lot of patience especially, to structure the short-term goals in order to go for the long-term reality. So whatever the short-term goals you have in your life right now, don't wait on that. Structure those. Okay, bring it to a place of equilibrium. Only when you can set that particular thing in order, that itself, that plan will help you to move forward towards your long-term project. Okay, so start doing that. at this point, but have a lot of patience in yourself, guys, with this planning, because sometimes it could be a possibility that you might feel a little bit desperate and frustrated in yourself, because you will think that, it's taking you a long time, right? Or you have already spent a long time, a lot of years have gone by, and you haven't really come to the place you want to come to, right? But still, you need a lot of patience because you are starting off again, right? Wherever you had come to, you had stopped there, and now it's a reinforcement of your own life path towards your future prosperity and future um, goals. Okay, so it will definitely take you a minute in here. So don't get frustrated, don't get desperate. Be calm, be cool. Choose your directions wisely. It's time that you make the right choice in your life at this moment. Because with the universe card or the world card, it's talking about you completing a circle of your life. And that's what I told you, that you have to restart yourself again, because something that you had already worked with for a long time, you thought that was what it was. But that particular chapter is closing and a new chapter is about to begin. So, whatever is the completion part in your life, right, and whatever that strategy that now needs to resurface for the next part of your life is in the process, with this card of anxiety, where you have been worried about the situation, whether you can really start off again, whether you can really complete the last part and restart a fresh chapter. Okay, you had been worried, you had been in discomfort, and to a large extent quite stressed out with the situation. You know, when you might have been brooding about this end of your chapter, wherever you need to end, put a period over there, you're kind of worrying about that, as well as you are in patience, you're planning your strategy, because you still haven't seen the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. So you are a little bit, you will be brooding about it, okay? But this part of the anxiety, stress, discomfort will slowly clear. Will slowly clear, because whatever is going on, this card is telling you to release the worry and relax. Because brooding, fretting, worrying, stressing out will never resolve any problems. What you can do, Aquarius, is trust in yourself, guys, and in your process, right? So, only when you live with a relaxed heart and mind, you will receive the solutions that is kind of troubling you or will trouble you during this phase, as you are structuring something in your life for a long term goal. Okay? Now, with the next card out in here, it talks about material and spiritual prosperity. This is also card number 6. So, which is talking about you coming to a point, guys, of understanding that whatever planning, whatever situation in life that you want to move forward to or with requires a lot of balance in your life. And that balance will have to be both a spiritual and material balance, which means that you only run after money, money, and money will not work, or you only run after spiritual part of the story will also not work, right? So there has to be a very large part of your story that has to be in coordination with what your heart desire is, to and your material part of the story, what you can afford to move with in the next time period. Okay, So that has to be very well coordinated, which is clarified with this beautiful card of the sun, which is talking about new beginnings and great creativity that's coming up in your life, where you will see that you will be very um, easily able to balance both this together. Okay, because you are nurturing a new life on this earth for yourself, Aquarius. Bringing life in the spring and summer. There is a lot of integration in yourself, like how the weather changes and integrates when we are crossing from spring to summer. You will see that the new leaves have started to bud open or blossom. Okay, the tulips have started to blossom slowly from under the ground, from the bulbs. And that when summer approaches, the leaves are turning green, the flowers have started to blossom. Okay, it's a whole new part of your story. But that between this area, there is a part of that story from spring to summer where the transition is happening, which is what this story is all about in your life as well. This is a transition that's happening in your life. Okay, sorry. Because it's an onset of nurturing new light into your life with the sun card, the light of divine inspiration for your personal growth. This is also a high time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of important projects in your life, or even the birth of a new you, Aquarius. So now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and your vision. Okay? Because you will be able to see your future you want to create, and you will know that the sun is shining on your intentions, whatever that intention is that you are manifesting during this course in time. It will all happen for you. So this is your overall energy in here, guys, which is a beautiful energy that is floating back into your life, where slowly over this period in time, you will get over that brooding part of your story, because you see the brooding part is happening. It's because there is still a lot of pain that is lingering in this kind of partnership here, which is where you could be brooding, you could be fretting a little bit, you could be anxious about yourself a little bit, because you're still not very certain, whether you can manifest that kind of quality in your life, Aquarius, that you are looking for with somebody in particular. That could be your partner, your spouse, somebody you love, anything, okay? But it is definitely, there has been a lot of disturbance in that relationship that you have been holding, or you're walking into, it doesn't matter. But right now, what you need, guys, is a lot of patience and planning towards manifesting the new beginning that is going to be a culmination of your material and spiritual happiness and prosperity. Very important for you, Aquarius, because like I said, you run only after money, you will not be happy. You run only after love, you won't be happy. You run only after spiritual aspect, you will not be happy. It has to be a culmination of everything in your life that you are looking forward to, which is where the planning part of the story is coming, where they are telling you that you have to have a lot of patience to plan this particular area through which you're going, where you'll kind of feel a little bit anxious, mentally disturbed, stressed out, because you are starting again in your life with something that now needs a total balance in the real world as well. Okay, but you need to relax, you need to calm yourself down, you need to be at peace, because when you do that, the energy will shine upon you, where you will get the clarity of your own understanding, what you now need to do next, and how do you move, and what do you do from here. All right. Now let's look at the next part of your story in here, Aquarius, where we'll see what's going on. The Eight of Swords. Oh, wow. I just did a reading for Sagittarius a while back, and I got the same card, Eight of Swords. All right. We'll see what's going on here. Nine of Swords. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you need to relax, guys. You all are very... And the Fool. Okay. You need to relax, people, because you all are definitely going through this anxiety. You all are going through a lot of stress and Judgment here. Okay. Judgment is a part of your story where there is an awakening that's happening with regards to the Magician energy. That's a beautiful energy, guys, which is calling upon for you to believe in magic. Because see, magic happens only when you believe in magic, right? Only when you know that you can do this. And this is the awakening that yes, whatever has been troubling you, whatever has been bothering you, wherever you had been held up, right? Because with the Eight of Swords, it's a very toxic energy for yourself. This toxic energy, the Eight of Swords energy, is an energy of self-sabotage. It's an energy of self-restrictions. It's an energy where you might have isolated yourself from the rest of the world, where you have been feeling very vulnerable and yet you have not been able to open up and talk about your problems with other people in your life, where you have felt very fenced in, right? Some of you might have been feeling that there is a lack of personal freedom, where you might have been feeling trapped and bound by a situation that has caused you a lot of pain and grief as well. You know, this Eight of Swords energy, Aquarius, is your energy. This energy is very fragmented and scattered energy of a person, where somebody is feeling very powerless, victimized, bound by illusions in life. But those are just illusions in life, right? Because you feel that you don't have enough money, you feel that you do not have enough in your bank account, right? You feel that you are codependent on a relationship. You don't have the right job. You don't have the right paycheck. It could be anything for anybody. Okay? Yes, they are real events in your life, Aquarius. I'm not saying they are not real. But what is happening is you are feeling trapped and confused and unable to shift from these real events because your illusion is telling you you can't do it. You're bound by those illusions that you can't do that because you don't have that confidence in yourself to take the next step forward towards your future, because you're feeling highly sensitive, maybe a little bit depressed in some people's cases as well, right? Feeling restricted by some kind of difficult experience that you have gone through in your life, or with regards to a lack of direction towards your goal in life, is also what I'm getting. Okay, but with this card, the positive part of the story is that there will be a way out, guys. If you use your power of objectivity and clear thinking, that's why, remember, they told you with the Sun card, what did they say here? With the Sun card, they have been talking about you coming to a point of being relaxed with yourself. Only when you're relaxed, you can think clearly. Only when you're relaxed, you can work clearly. Your energies will come back and give you the right direction. Okay? And try to free yourself from all your troubles by letting go of those illusionary concepts and ideas that you can do it, to which you have been attached for a long time. You know? So this is the Eight of Sword energy that is leading you onto the Nine of Sword, which is this Nine of Sword kind of an energy, whether, you can really complete this task in here. It's giving you trouble. With your understanding, with patience and planning and strategy, you're not very clear whether you can really do and go forward towards your purpose and goal in your life. You're feeling very stressed out, feeling very anxious. Some of you guys may not be sleeping well in the night. There is a lot of guilt, there is a lot of worry, a lot of overwhelmed feelings in yourself, Aquarius, because these both are your cards. Some of you guys could be feeling overburdened by many kind of thoughts. And it's also a card which is like, regrets in life. If only I had not done that. If only I had done something else. If only I had thought about something earlier on in my life, right? Obsessive, sorrowful energy in here, where you are feeling highly vulnerable with this mental victimized entrapment in your life, because you're not sure, if you can really balance your material and spiritual harvest to bring about your situation in the right place. So a lot of you guys at this point, what I'm getting, a lot of you guys will be going through a little painful period at this moment, guys, okay? But don't worry, because again, like I said, if you worry, you won't get your answers. If you are distressed, you won't come to any conclusion, honestly. You have to be very relaxed, you have to be very calm, you have to take a deep breath and tell yourself that I don't have to worry about this, I can do it. It's only a matter of time that I will get over this situation. But in yourself, you have to calm yourself down, because you get the major arcana, the Fool card in here, which is you know that you have to start from ground zero again in your life. So this is where the material and spiritual harvest is working, where you have to balance yourself in the right way from ground zero again. And this is what is giving you that kind of painful and sleepless nights, because you're not sure if you can take that leap of faith towards this material and spiritual harvest, right? If you can take that leap of faith towards something that you still don't know how that will work out for you in your life, whatever you guys are planning to do, right? You don't know if you can set yourself off for that adventure in your life, whether you can truly have the new beginning. Okay, so with the Fool card, they're letting you know, guys, that don't worry, let yourself out of that worry. Because there is a change of direction that's coming in your life, irrespective of whether you want it or you don't want it. Okay? where perhaps you are also dreading on, Aquarius, to go towards any commitment in your life as well. But you still have that very erotic vitality in yourself, but you don't want that commitment as of now because you are starting from the scratch, from ground zero. So you're not sure whether you can really walk yourself into some kind of commitment, marriage, anything of that situation, although you do have a lot of erotic vitality towards a connection in your life is also what I'm getting, guys. Okay, so what they are telling you is let go of this worry and take that leap of faith rather than fearing making a choice in your life now. Okay, because if you fear making a choice in your life, Aquarius, you will be stuck in this energy of the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Okay, this will be a constant obsessive kind of an energy that will continue until you can start and clear your ground and walk away from that into something that may not be familiar to you, that you might not completely know about that situation, but you still have to believe and have confidence in yourself to take that risk in your life. Very important. Okay, so this is where the story is with you at this point in time, Aquarius, because you know that for you to structure yourself in the short term to make the long term prospect means that you will have to complete something in your life. You will have to end a chapter in your life to begin your next harvest, which will inculcate both your material and spiritual part of the story. But what they are also saying that it will all happen. It's a new beginning that is in the way, irrespective of whether you like it, you don't like it. With the Fool card, this is also talking about a new beginning in life, right? So irrespective of whether, like I said, you want it, you don't want it, this change is occurring. This change is in the way for you, Aquarius. So you have to be a little bit patient and understand your purpose in life now. And don't fear the change. See, the more, again, okay, let me tell you this, guys. The more you fear any kind of change and resist that kind of change, the more trouble you will face, because you yourself, Aquarius, will not be a happy-go-lucky person, because the 8 and 9 of Swords has proven to you over time that you have been bogged down by whatever it is in your life and you have not really enjoyed something that is not making you happy at all, right? So whatever that story is for different people, it is different, But whatever that story is, there has been a lot of pain in your life towards a relationship, towards any kind of partnership, any kind of friendship, any kind of spiritual union, anything. It has given you a lot of trouble, and that kind of trouble, see, this is why they're saying that you won't get your ideas right away. You will have to first get a hold of your own balance, Aquarius, in life for you to come to the point of taking that leap of faith in whichever direction you guys are walking into or want to go forward with. Okay? Because like I said, there is, with the Sun and the Fool, it's clearly talking about a new beginning that's coming in your way. You have to believe and trust that universal forces has plans in your life, which you will have to accept irrespective of whether you want to resist it, whether you want to fear it, or whether you want to say no to it. It will still happen in any shape and form, right? But you have to be very careful to make your choice right now, to choose things wisely, because with the Fool card, there could be a possibility that you might end up making another mistake in your life, Aquarius. And that could also be a part of this game plan here that could be worrying you, where you might be thinking that if I take that next step forward, I might make a mistake again. And you don't want to make a mistake because you don't want to get hurt, right? So it's like coming out of a very familiar situation into something very unfamiliar, into an unknown territory, into going to some place where you don't know what the future holds for you. Okay, so for you to get the right part of your story in the right way, Aquarius, you will have to believe and trust your intuition. Not only that, you will also have to be very relaxed towards your harvest now. Because the more relaxed and peace you are in with yourself, with your body, with your mind, that's when the ideas will start floating back in your life. Okay, let's look at the next part of your story in here. The Hangman in the reverse, okay. The King of Swords, that's you, Aquarius. And the Five of Cups, okay. The bottom of the deck is the Sun again, which is talking about, again, a new beginning, happiness, creativity, life force, getting out of your ego, your pride. If any of you guys had been suffering from inner child issues, that also is another part of the story. But again, you have the Sun and the Moon. This could very well be a twin flame connection in here as well, that you have got caught yourself into, or you are into. Okay, so the Hangman in the reverse, let's look at the Hangman in the reverse is the Devil, okay. Let's look at the King of Swords, which is your energy, Aquarius. Knight of Pentacle, okay. And with the Five of Cups, we got the Chariot. All right. Oh, the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups again. The Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups. Wow. Yeah. It's a huge part of your story, Aquarius. Yeah, like I said, where there has been a lot of disbalance into your life, in your life, with these two cards in here, okay? Towards this kindred partnership, friendship, soulmate, twin flame, whatever that story has been in your case, guys. Okay, now let's look at the first part of this energy. With the Hanged Man in the reverse, it clearly tells me, guys, that you have already received your enlightenment, which means you already know what to do. You have already gone through a transition, or you're going through a transition with this period of the Devil. This transition has already happened, which you have been stalling for a long time, or you're still stalling because you're still going through this part of the story with the Devil energy, guys, which is talking about a lot of toxicity in your case, bondage to material harmony, to material goods. living a faulty life, lot of temptation, right? Where some of you could have been ignoring a relationship because you had Aquarius. You have been enlightened, but you're not moving right now because you are still getting a hang of what really happened here. Where there was, for some people, there has been a lot of thirst for money or for power, which kept you bonded or self imposed bondage with your obsessive self. Or some of you guys could have allowed others to have manipulated you because they knew that you are not strong enough to fight them. And that had been a very toxic and negative situation where you, Aquarius, had developed a lot of limited perception and had generalized a lot of things without really knowing the truth. Because it was mostly your inner problem, very toxic, that had been generated by your lack of consciousness, by ignorance, anything, or even by any kind of illusions. Where your limitations and thought perceptions had been very restricted. Where some of you guys had been living under the shelter of other people's expectations of what they want and expect out of you, right? Where you are coming to the point of understanding, or you will understand that you had been bound by your fears, belief, and situation that was very, very unhealthy and toxic for you. Because you, Aquarius, had been ignorant of the truth and had been blinded by a lot of illusion in your life that could talk about material part of the story, which is the money. And whatever assumptions that you have in life or had in life, guys, it's time for you to ask yourself the questions whether those assumptions had been made up by you or those assumptions or expectations had come from different area or different people in your life. So here, okay, this is also what I'm getting. That's why you're not moving, you're stalling because you're realizing the whole situation here. You know that you have to fight this energy, which is a fight against your temptation of materialism, power, and even self-deception. Because again, there could be a chance, Aquarius, that someone might just lead you astray. Okay, because they want control over you to assert their power over you again. Okay, so don't act without looking at your consequences. Don't act without being aware of your actions in life. Whatever that you are thinking about moving, you have to be very careful, guys, because this is two major arcanas in here is a big story right now for you, Aquarius. So you have to be very, very careful of people around you that you have. If you have any kind of negativity and toxicity in your life, please get rid of them. You don't need them. Because those are the kind of people and situations that may just carry you again in a different part of your journey. So you have to be very careful with regards to your self-understanding here. which is where you're coming to the point of realizing what you really want in life, what really matters to you. But you're still in that chained part of the story, though you're enlightened completely. You have received your enlightenment, which is your understanding of what really went wrong in here. What is the toxicity that happened in here? What is that restriction you had for yourself, with regards to your material comfort or money or anything that you thought would bring you back your happiness? Right? So at this point in time, you have to be very, very alert, guys. You have to be very alert because, like I said, with the King of Sword energy, which is your energy, Aquarius, you have to be very, very alert with your communication, articulate. Be very direct, be justful, but be very assertive and be very analytical when you're talking to somebody in your life now. Because you're coming to the point of understanding that you do have high standards in your life. And that high standard is making you understand where you need to be very fair and just with values, morals, traditions, anything that you have incorporated from your childhood. Very intellectually sharp. Have complete knowledge and understanding of your intellect, because that can be your armor. Because you are coming to the point of becoming highly principled in your life, where you will be using your mind to solve a lot of problem, to cut through any kind of mental confusions, where you will also challenge other people with your ideas in your life. Because you will slowly gather, where you will be able to see through the cloudiness of other situations to get directly to the heart of the matter, to resolve any kind of conflict with your power of thought, really, with the King of Sword energy, because this is a very active energy. Of communicating the truth with a very impartial viewpoint, like not taking somebody's side, not looking at things from one perspective, but looking at things from different perspectives to understand what is a lesson you have learned in your life and what went wrong with you when you did not use this energy of your King of Sword. So this is where you're coming to understanding, Aquarius, that you have high principles, that requires your intellectual reasoning. But again, you also have to synthesize any emotional sensitivity with your current ability to articulate and analyze a situation too. Okay? The way you talk, the flow of your words, very, very important to you right now. What is that communication that is coming back into yourself? Very active energy of your intellect, guys. Very, very active energy of your intellect to understand your story much better, because this is what is moving you forward with the Knight of Pentacles, right? To becoming hardworking, responsible, determination as well. You know, which where you probably earlier had been afraid to take a chance, where you had been moving very slowly, where the King of Swords with his active energy is going to push you forward, right? It's going to push you forward because this is the anxiety part of the story. Remember, I said this was the anxiety part of the story which will clear away slowly, where you had been not being able to use your logical sense and understanding and reasoning to believe and understand that you can do it. And you were being very cautious, you were being very methodical. And somebody could be, okay, this is also what I'm getting, Aquarius. Somebody like you or somebody in the air sign could be pushing you forward. It also could be that for some people, that somebody is coming into your life, giving you good advices like the King of Swords, very active advices to move you out of your stuck energy here, where you have not been able to move before. Because you are hardworking, you're dedicated, Aquarius, but again, you were only, it's not only about duty that you were thinking about, that I have to do only my duty. Somebody is telling you there is more than duty in your life that you need to accomplish now. Right? So somebody could be pushing you forward, or you might be getting into this energy in yourself, Aquarius, which is your energy as the King of Swords, to understand that, this toxicity of whatever your restriction had been was not letting you move forward because you were not able to open up your mind and your intellect to either articulate or be assertive towards a situation in your life that was causing you to go through this 8 and 9 of sword energy, right? Where you had got stuck. When you really got stuck, you couldn't move forward, guys. But with the Knight of Pentacles, guys, remember, this knight is a slow moving knight, but this knight is the one to reach the finish line for sure. Where you will be coming across as very forthright and thorough and will be willing to put your time and effort in a project, but would stay emotionally detached from any situations in your life at this point. So somebody could be telling you that, or you yourself, as the King of Swords, is very unemotional, very logical, very analytical, but unemotional. So what you are preferring to do, maybe, some of you guys, is that you have been blocking your true feelings for somebody here as well, right? Or you are wary of getting involved in a relationship very quickly. It could be anything for anybody. So it is that situation that, being very cautious about what you want to do, but it's like you want that project, you wanted everything, but you don't want to be emotionally attached to it, right? That is also a part of the story where the King of Swords is asking you to synthesize your emotions with your logical intuition and get a hang of this energy that was stopping you from moving forward. You know, where you will have to synthesize any emotional sensitivity with your current ability as the King of Swords to articulate and analyze any situation that you might have remained detached from, also is what I'm getting. Emotionally, where you have remained detached from is also what I'm getting, guys. Okay, so something that was holding you in this toxic part of your story, Aquarius, right? Where you have learned about your own restrictions, that why you couldn't move forward, why you couldn't be assertive, why you couldn't complete a task because you were caught in a toxic situation where you were not able to completely get free or rid yourself out of a situation for material comfort and happiness, is also what I'm getting, right? So that is an enlightenment that you are receiving, that why you couldn't be assertive, because you were only doing your duty. You were not really emotionally attached to that situation in your life, Aquarius. That is what you are understanding, that whatever you were doing, guys, was only a part of your daily chores, your responsibility, your duty, but you were not emotionally attached to that situation that has been there in your life. Because you felt that you could not come out of a restricted place of, you did not have your personal freedom, you were feeling mentally trapped, you were feeling energetically trapped, right? And that was creating a lot of hassles and mental disturbance in your life with regards to this completion in here that we spoke about, which is slowly going to evaporate and dissipate as you realize and come into your power as the King of Swords. That's going to take you a minute because you're going through this part of the story from one to the other, right? Where you're coming to the point of your realization that this devil energy had been a stuck energy, and why it has been stuck, what is the reason, what happened in here, is a complete enlightenment of yourself that you have already received or you will be receiving, right? The last part of your story says the Five of Cups, guys. And the Five of Cups typically is a complete loss of emotional trust. Call it that, call it a loss, emotions of loss, a loss of emotions, disappointment in your life, emotional confusions because you were not able to clear yourself out of that duty and responsibility and be assertive for your own need, because there was this material part of the story, Aquarius, that has been holding you back in that place, or codependency or addictions or anything that was very toxic in nature, that in turn has caused a lot of loss, disappointment, emotional confusion, and even regret in your life. When you are feeling that sense of being deprived of love, or somebody has come and taken away that love from you, feeling very sad and grieving and regrets over lost opportunities in life. But with this card, it's card number 5 that's talking about a learning lesson as well. 5 does not stay forever. Learning lesson comes and goes. Learning lessons, once it is completed, it leaves you, right? So with this card, when it's going to leave you, there will be a change in your priorities in your life. When you had been emotionally resisting any kind of change before, okay? Where you had been wishing then you could have changed everything from your past, but yet you had been resisting the change. Where there had been a lot of emotional imbalance, doubt, fear. It's like a death card in your emotions. So this is telling you that it is time to let go of your attachment, to not fear the loss of anything in life, because it will soon be replaced by something better. This card of Five of Cups, guys, it invites you to embrace change and go with the flow now. Okay, you have to go with the flow. This is where your understanding is coming. That as a Knight of Pentacle, you have already surveyed your situation. You have already studied your situation, guys, of what actually happened and what happened one after the other, which led you into this Five of Cups, or the learning part of the story in your emotional understanding. Lot of loss, right? Lot of loss with your emotions, with your understanding. It's like the death card of your emotions, like I just told you, right? So this has been a big time learning lesson, because you have realized, okay, this is also what I'm getting, guys, that you have realized somewhere that situations you had been trapped in allowed you to only do your duty. You were only doing your duty towards people, towards your collective, towards those that stayed with you or lived with you. But in actual sense, you're coming to the realization now that all you were doing was your duty towards people in general, trying to get back their emotions towards you, because you wanted that emotion to come back to you, right? So you were doing your duty, thinking every day that, okay, if I do this, I'll get back that good emotion. If I do, I'll get back that love. If I do this, if I give this to that person will come and give me a hug, love me unconditionally, take care of me, right? All those kind of situations that you have realized today. As the King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, you're coming to the point of your realization that you have only been doing your duty because you have remained emotionally detached from those situations, because that particular situation that you had been fulfilling your duty towards has only caused you a lot of loss, grief, and trouble. Okay, which is clarified with the Chariot card. It's time to let it go, guys. It's time to let that grief go with the flow, let that death card go. It's the death of your emotions, which has totally been here. Okay, now it's coming to the point of you understanding your willpower, your honesty with the Chariot card, where you can control your feelings over your thoughts, right? Where earlier you had been pulled in two different directions with regards to this loss in your life. You didn't know. Because, see, this has been a complete emotional loss in your case, Aquarius. So you were in doubt whether you can move forward. You cannot move forward, really. That's why the 8 and the 9 of Swords is here, right? But with this card of Chariot, you will learn to stick on to the right path, become successful, become more determined to win your victory at all cost. Take risks, take your adventure, take risks. Be in the driving seat, be the driver here. Okay, doing both your mental and physical journey at the same time. This card of Chariot talks about confidence, your healthy ego, and self belief in your life. You know, because with this learning lesson, guys, what I'm getting, with this learning lesson, loss of emotion, you are now reaching a point of your understanding where you can stand up for your own belief and make decisions now. Make decisions based on what you want rather than what other people assume is right for you. Okay, so you will achieve success in any enterprise and you will overcome all obstacles in your life. But you will also have to reevaluate your relationships because it is time to crack the whip. Okay, it is time to take the whip in your hand and walk yourself in the right direction, guys. So trust in your own integrity. Trust in your own will and trust in your own progress in your life towards a situation where you will be very assertive towards bringing back an offer of love to somebody in particular, starting at a very young level and graduating from the page to the knight to the two of wands, right? Coming into the part of the story where you will be able to graduate your heart from being blocked by all these areas of your life where now you will be taking control from your learning lessons. And like I said, taking the whip in your hand. Not literally whipping people, that's not what I'm saying, but verbally telling people the right thing that they now need to do. Okay, not mincing your words anymore. Not mincing your words to please people, to be a people pleaser, to nod your head and say a yes, boss, to any situation in your life. That's not what you will be doing, Aquarius, as you move towards your next part of your story. Where once that energy hits you, right? Once that energy hits you, that's where you will see how comfortably you will be able to bring this material and spiritual prosperity together along with somebody you love and making things happen in your life in the right way, Aquarius. Okay? So enjoy this reading, guys. Until we meet again, till then, goodbye. God bless you. Khuda Hafiz and Namaste.